life that she lived and how influential she was.
Yeah, I mean, I ran, as soon as I heard on the news, I ran to your dressing rooms and I was like, you guys. And you knew immediately what I was talking about. Yeah, you know what I mean?
And I immediately went and watched the Kennedy Center's clip of her when Carole King was being honored. And she got up and she just sat at that piano in that fur coat and then took that off and got up and sang You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman that Carole wrote. And Carole King is crying. The president is crying. There's not a dry eye in the house. And I remember watching that and going, that woman just schooled everybody on how to be the queen. Like, just amazing.
She had a way of taking you to church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On the radio, you were in church. Any song she sang was like a gospel rendition. I mean, the woman's voice is incredible. When you think about it, there'd be no Adele, there'd be no Jennifer Hudson,
Kelly
Whitney
Clarkson.
Houston, right? Mariah Carey, if there hadn't been Aretha Franklin first, right? And like the song that I guess really moved her career in the right direction suggests respect is what that lady deserves. Musical and cultural icon Aretha Franklin, dubbed the Queen of Soul, was one of the best-selling musical artists of all time. She started her career singing gospel in church, where her father, C.L. Franklin, was a minister.
The congregation made me feel special in the way that they were responding to what I was singing.
Known around the world for some of her most famous classics, including Respect, Chain of Fools, I Say a Little Prayer, and A Natural Woman. She was nominated for 44 Grammys and won 18. In 1987, she was the first woman to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and in 1994, she was awarded the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. In 2008, she reflected on her finest accomplishment.
Like, when you look back on your career, what are you most proud of?
I am most proud that I distributed my time well between my children and my career.
Aretha is survived by her 4 sons, Clarence, Edward, Ted, and Kekath.
Although we have come a great ways, a long way, there still is a significant way to go. And I went out, yes, in the early days with Dr. King as a young vocalist.
Aretha's respect became a battle cry for women in the 60s during the Civil Rights Movement, and she was declared a Michigan natural resource. She also had a memorable film role in the 1980s comedy, The Blues Brothers. Aretha was the recipient of the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2005 and performed at the inaugurations of 3 presidents, Jimmy Carter, Bill Clinton, and Barack Obama. And you sang at his inauguration.
What a wonderful and what a great moment for me in history.
With a career spanning over 6 decades, there is no question that the Queen of Soul will always remain one of the greatest singers in history.
What do you think has accounted for your longevity in this business where so many artists, you know, come and go and struggling to keep current? You've never had that problem. What do you think it is? If you can kind of be objective about...
I think just loving what I do, the endeavor to give people the best, and stretch and create my own expressions of creativity, loyal fans, good friends, good solid fans and friends.
Sing it. That's what you're talking about, Melissa. We all remember that moment right there. And Scott got an unbelievable hug with her. Where was that?
And you saw it in the interview a little there. We were at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, one of the last ones for President Obama, and she walked up, and she wasn't really doing a whole lot of press at the time, and she walked up, and I didn't know what to do, so I just held my hands out, and she came over and hugged me.
and I didn't want to let her go. I didn't want to let her go.
I wouldn't let her go.
Yeah. It was incredible.
So amazing. You always have that. You got to hug her.
Exactly.
Well, the tributes, of course, have been pouring in. Here's one.